Hello, replay viewers. As usual, you get a nice view of my pencil holder. There we go. So I think that seems about right. Got the headphones in today. There's actually a crowd of people on the other side of the wall there, and I'll take my headphones out if the noise dies down. But in the meantime, I could use the noise canceling function. How's it going? Welcome in. So let's just get my camera oriented there so I could read these comments the right way. So I actually just completed about an hour ago, and I just took a look one over on it and saw how it was and if I accomplished what I wanted to. So I'm going to have these open chats about where it is that I go in Milan, where it is that I go in Verona, and where it is that I go in Rome, Italy. And what I noticed these past couple chats, because I've had quite a few of them the past couple weeks, is that people are kind of asking sort of similar questions, and that I haven't really done a scope that explained everything in one scope. So what you'll find is on my catch page, my catch.me. If you don't know what catch is, catch, if you use it, will save all of your scopes onto your page. You'll find on my catch page, which is catch.me/Joshua229T, because it's linked to my Twitter, so it has the T. I actually have a folder in the collections. It's called, the collection itself is called Eurotrip 3 Prep. It's the same hashtag as what's in this title. And there's a video. It's about 30 minutes. It's a Eurotrip overview. And what it does is, in that video, I just filmed it this morning, I explained everything that's going on about this trip, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing, and what I'm doing. All of these open chats start the same way. I will give a brief description of what it is that I'm doing and why I'm having an open chat. But the rest of the open chat is just based off of the questions that people ask me. So if you want to hear me just talking, not based off of questions that were asked, but me actually just sitting down and explaining to you what it is I'm doing and why it is that I'm doing it, you can go to my catch page. And it's called Europe Trip Overview. It's about a half hour long. So with that being said, I will give a brief description of what it is I'm doing, and at the end of every brief description, and this is particularly for the replay viewers, it's just taking care of you guys, I will give you my my information. I'll plug my information at the end of this overview. The reason I do that is so you don't have to watch 30 minutes waiting for information, and maybe it never comes, because it's based off of what people say in the chat that happens. So, just in general, what I'm doing is I'm going to Europe in about 12 days' time. I'll be landing in Stuttgart, Germany. It says 15 in the title because I won't go straight to Milan. I will drive from Stuttgart, Germany, it's southwestern Germany, to Rome. Along the way, I'm stopping in Milan, and on the way back up, I'm stopping in Verona. On both legs, going down and coming up, I will scope the Swiss Alps. So that's what I'm doing. The reason I'm doing it is because I see a lot of scopers, or I see a few scopers in Italy, a few scopers in Germany, but none of them are speaking English. And the few that do speak English, it's a secondary language. Their titles are not in English. And also, I thought bringing an outsider's perspective would still bring some things that maybe people can enjoy. I know locals, when you see the Colosseum every day, when you see certain things every single day, it's not as amazing as it once was, maybe when you first saw it. So I'm hoping that bringing an outsider's perspective, I can still see the joy or see the beauty in things and bring that to this channel. So if that's something you're interested in, you can follow along. Just follow the journey. It's going to start in 12 days' time. I will start scoping in Germany, though this chat is about Milan, which is in 15 days' time. Well, of course. So you do have to have a passport if you are outside of the European Union. If you are not outside of the European Union, then if you're within the European Union, then you can go anywhere in the European Union. So that's just an idea, and what this chat is about is Milan. I will plug my information. This is specifically for the replay viewers, so you don't have to watch the rest of this video for questions that may not come. So hold on. Let's see here. This is my information. This is how you get a hold of me. Now, in that 30-minute video, I pointed out that I am more privy to use Instagram. However, my about.me, you can actually go to that and it has all of my information. You'll notice the name is the same. It's just there's a letter behind it based off of whatever it is. So Twitter is Joshua229T, Instagram Joshua229I, so on and so forth. The catch is based off of your Twitter name, so it is Joshua229T. That's where you find the 30-minute overview of this trip. So that's the time. I'll plug that at the beginning and the end of this Let's see here, get it turned back around. So the rest of this time is just based off of questions that I have or comments that people have about the trip itself. I am sitting in front of my computer, so what I'm doing during these chats is I'm looking up these points of interests, and I'm also looking at places that people mention, as they mentioned them. So I have had someone already suggest in Milan that maybe I should see the football stadium there. There's a FIFA stadium. In Rome, I might be going to the Euro District based off of a suggestion. And in Germany, I may be going to the New Stone Castle based off of a suggestion. These all come out of chats. So we have one live right now. You can ask any questions. Like I was saying, you were asking about passports before. If you're within Europe, obviously this trip may not be as interesting to you. But obviously, if you are within Europe, you don't need a passport. If you're a U.S. citizen, you have a passport, but you don't need a visa. So I just bought the ticket and I go. I'm allowed to go. I don't remember the time frame. I think it's 3 months. If I intend to stay more than 3 months, I need to get a visa. But I've never had such a lengthy trip in Europe that I felt the need to get a visa. I've only gone for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. So I've never looked into a visa for a U.S. citizen. Unless you keep moving around. I don't know. Do you mean I might need a visa if I keep moving around? Is that what you mean? 3 months. So you mean like just stay in different countries for like 2 months at a time? I've never tried to play the system. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose that's a way around it. You could just keep going to different destinations and never stay in one place more than 3 months. But I don't have enough time, available for me to attempt this method. So right now, this is going to be a shorter trip. Both of my other trips to Europe were a lot longer. But I feel like this short trip is possible for me to still enjoy because I've been to all the destinations, so I kind of already have a preference. I'm also familiar with the transit systems in both Germany and in Italy. So in Milan and in Verona, I mostly get around by foot, but in Rome I use the subway system. So some things that I will guarantee see in Milan is the Duomo Cathedral. It's a very touristy spot, but I think a lot of locals still like it. Yeah. Well, we get there in May. My first trip was very cold and rainy. But this second trip, I got a tan. It was quite warm and it was quite sunny. So I got quite the tan. I got a little burn actually this last time I went around. So it's kind of hard to prepare for that, to pack for. It could be cold or it could be hot. It could be rainy. It could be not. So I guess that's Europe climate in the first place. So I've not been to Greece yet. Not yet. It's on my list. The reason I'm going on this particular trip, being my third Euro trip, and returning to all destinations that I've already been to before, is because I'm taking my in-laws. They're obviously not going to be a part of the scoping itself, but for me to be able to show them the things that I've already found that I thought was beautiful, and for them, they probably won't go again unless I take them again. So I've been to these places. I guess the word be vetted. I've already seen and enjoyed these places, so I can kind of ensure that they will have a good time. So that's one of the primary purposes, and that's also why I didn't branch out to anywhere new this trip. Last trip I went to Rome for the first time, to Paris for the first time. I also went to Heidelberg, Germany for the first time. I did a little bit of exploring my last trip. This trip's going to be the straight and narrow, just exactly what it is that I know. So before that last question, I was talking about the Duomo Cathedral, and it seems they call it the Milan Cathedral. Some people call it, I guess it has a couple names. So as the Milan Cathedral, it's the Nativity of Saint Mary. I've always known it as the Duomo. And if you go to their website, it's Duomo Milano. So it's quite interesting, and it is a Catholic cathedral, of course, for that part of the world. It's the seat of an archbishop, and it's a Gothic cathedral. I think it's the only Gothic cathedral in that part of Italy. So I thought that was quite interesting. And according to the statistics here, I guess it took six. Wow. nearly 6 centuries to complete. So they've been working on it for a while. I went in, under, and up as far as that cathedral goes. Welcome. We're just talking about Milan. Anything you like in Milan, anything you'd like to see in Milan. So I've actually, if you go under the cathedral, they have kind of like a museum set up. It shows like where their original plumbing was and the original foundation, certain things that they've kept, I guess, for the purposes of for people to see, for spectators to see. Of course, the actual cathedral itself does hold mass on the regular. You can go in. A lot of times you have to be very quiet, based on if they have an audience or not. Although they will let you visit during mass, you just have to be in the back of the room. They do limit the pictures and the video taking during mass, though. You can actually go to the roof, on top of the roof of the Duomo. You can either take stairs or ride the elevator, and it's kind of larger than life. What people don't realize, welcome. What people don't realize, on top of this cathedral, there are statues, and there are designs. They put just as much detail on top of the cathedral as they did on the outside or inside, from the ground up. This is just an open chat format for you to, Charlotte, for you to have an opinion about, Milan, Italy. I'll also be going to Verona and Rome. We could, I can bring those up. We can talk about those in these chats, but the purpose is I'll be taking you guys to Milan, Italy in 15 days, and I'll be scoping it. And I'm interested in finding out what it is that people like, or what people are interested in, or if people even know anything about Milan. So we're just here to talk anything Milan, anything Italy, at least in those three cities. One of the places I was just talking about, I will guarantee go to is the Saint Mary Cathedral, or Duomo Cathedral. It's the largest in Italy, I think, is what it's saying here. Largest in Italy and fifth largest church in the world. These are statistics that I did not know while I was there. I just knew it was a point of interest, and it was right down the street. It's about 10 minutes walking from my hotel. Beside it is what they call the arcade. Most Americans would probably call it the mall. If that's something you've never seen before, then that's also something that maybe people will really enjoy. These are things that I know for sure that I will share with scoping. One of the tidbits that's in my 30-minute, I guess, overview of Europe is that I will do updates in the morning during coffee time, because I drink coffee every morning. As a matter of fact, it's the middle of the day. It's noon, and I just finished another cup. So I drink coffee throughout the day, particularly in the morning. And I will share updates in the morning times each morning of things, reflective practices, what happened yesterday, and maybe if I'm going to return somewhere, or maybe an explanation of something you saw. But at the same time, maybe I'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more about what I'm doing that day as I'm having these coffee times. So every morning I'll have a coffee time while I'm over there. And I'll try to have an update scope in the middle of the day sometime. It'll probably be my second round of coffee. I've been up since 5 a.m., so this is actually, you've caught me on my second round of coffee. So that's how the format's going to work out. I will also continue having open chats when I land in Europe. That doesn't seem very, if it's already happening, why have an open chat? The reason is that if you have iOS, right now they've placed me by location on a globe, and they've placed me where I'm at my university in Alabama, United States. So what I look forward to doing is maybe opening the chat while I'm in Europe, and I will be geotagged in Europe, and people are able to find me on that side of the world. So if you were already looking in Italy, or if you were already looking in Germany for a scoper, then you'll be able to find me there. So I will actually continue these open chats, and it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to work them around the actual scoping itself of the sites. Keith's in and out. I think I've seen Keith drop in and out a couple times. So, I'm not 100% sure how I'll format that. I don't know if I will continue to have open chats all the way through. That's one avenue I could take. I will certainly have open chats when I land in Germany, because I'll land in Germany. It'll be 2 days before I go to Milan. But what I'm thinking about is somehow formulating my coffee time in the morning to be a 3-in-1, an update, an overview of what's going to happen, so updates for the past events, overview of what's going to happen next, and also an open chat for people that may be dropping in for the first time thinking, hey, what is this guy doing? So I'm going to have to figure that out, or I may keep them separate. I may do a coffee time just for the trip, just for the people that have been following along, and then do an open chat based off maybe my next location, or if I'm in Rome for 7 days, I could say, hey, where do you want me to go see in Rome? But certainly when I land in Germany, I will still have open chats about Italy. And I will probably continue my open chats about Rome destinations all the way until I leave Rome. Probably. Because Rome's the most flexible on my schedule. So right now I'm looking at, I've never seen this site. I'm looking at just points of interest in Milan. I mean, it's just, I've had these open chats. This is probably, I'm not sure, my 10th or 11th open chat. I've never ended an open chat with no people in it. So this may be a first, who knows? However, this is how I fill the time when the chat's not going on. I just look up different things that I can find on my own and share what I'm seeing. So if you watch this on the replay and you hear about it, you can just get a hold of me on Twitter or Instagram and say, hey, I'd really love to see that, or hey, that looks boring. Whatever it is that you feel, share those thoughts. That's the whole purpose of me continuing the discussion, even if I'm on my own, so that you can continue having an opinion. What I'm finding here is that I do know where that's at. I started to say that I found a street that looks like it has a pretty, very interesting night culture. And I started to say I haven't seen it, but it's actually the street that leaves the Duomo. You can walk from the Duomo to an old, I think it was a castle. And that's the street that I'm seeing. So started to say I have not seen this, but I actually have. But there's plenty to see. There's a canal. I would love to know the name of this canal. I missed it my first trip there. I do not want to miss it the second time. Is it the Bohemian? Is this what people are saying? Navigli by night. Navigli. I'm not quite sure what Navigli. Okay, this looks interesting. So there's this canal, and it's not the canals like you think of in Venice. I've seen like photographs and postcards. If you look up Milan, you can find this canal, and apparently this district is. I'm looking at day pictures now. This district is active both day and night, and it seems to be a point of interest for maybe tourists. I don't know if this is a local spot or not, because obviously it's on postcards. I'm going to look up where this is at, see if this is a possibility. Navigli. Oh, okay. Oh, I think it just means canal. Navigli District. Okay, but I haven't found exactly where it is that everyone's so attracted to. I see. So if you're actually watching this on the replay, I've noticed quite a few people drop in and leave after just a few moments' time. It wouldn't make sense for me to sit here and say nothing. So obviously, if you drop in and I'm already talking, that's to be expected, I think. if you get into any of these chats in the future and you jump in and I'm already speaking a mile a minute, just plug your question. It's okay. That's why it says open chat in the title. I'm not here to just talk to myself. I'm here to answer questions or to have a discussion. So this Navigli district is Basilica of Santa Eustego. I may be able to see this. There's also a university. A nice university here. University of Fine Arts. Let me see here. Let's see if this is something that's possible for us. So I might have found another district right here and just off of Point of Interests. Okay. I'm just finding where this is in regards to my hotel. If possible, hotel. If possible, I'd love to be able to, I like to walk. I like to walk if that's possible. Welcome. You're just joining an open chat about Milan, Italy. I was just sharing where it is that I'm going in Milan, and I'm also taking suggestions. So, have you ever been to Milan, or do you have something you're interested in that part? You went last year? If I can ask, what did you see that you liked? I've been once, but I was there for a short period of time. Can I ask what you saw? Saw lots of bread. Alright, that's fair. You're going to find that there. How long did you stay? Did you see like any of the points of interest? Welcome back, Francesca. You've circled back around. I think, was your first one a Milan chat? You've made your way back into a Milan chat, I think. I'm doing well. How are you? It's getting down to it. I'm 12 days out from the trip. I have a lot of stuff to do between now and then, but I'm still moving forward. You don't understand what? I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Well, it's good to see you again. So I'm back to talking about Milan. This morning I made a... Let me take these out. If you're wearing headphones, this is going to hurt. I'm back to talking about Milan, and I found out a lot of stuff, a lot of places that people have suggested to me, things to see, and I found a lot on my own as far as what it is I'm going to see. So it's looking like Milan's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. I still may go to that football stadium too, so I don't know yet. I was just looking at on the computer. I was looking at the Canal District. Oh, of course I'll go to Duomo. I'll take everybody up on Periscope. I'll take everybody to the ceiling. I think it'll be very interesting to have that from the roof. A lot of people don't realize you're able to do that on a lot of these cathedrals. So that's something I thought would be fun to scope. I was looking at the Canal District. I've never been, but if you just look up Milan, Italy, it's going to show this Canal District. And from what I can see, they have a strong... Yeah, I can't wait either. From what I can see, they have a strong nightlife there. I'm excited about being there. I think I made a 30-minute video earlier today about everything that I'm doing for this trip. I've updated, just filled everybody in, and instead of having an open chat, just gave everybody like an information video. But I think because of on iOS, on my map, I am in Alabama. I'm in the southern United States. A lot of people can't really appreciate quite yet that there's an American going to Europe. Verona. Well, that's in Italy. I will see Milan, Rome, and Verona. But in Germany, I will see Stuttgart, Heidelberg, and I may go to Munich or to the new stone castle. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm pretty excited. I look forward to bringing everybody along, but I think I'm going to continue these open chats when I get to Europe. Just because on the map I'll show up in Europe. And people are going to be like, oh, there's an American guy in Europe. You know, let's see what he's doing. I think I've gained about like 15 people are following. All of last summer you were in Verona. I have to admit, one second. I have to admit that Verona gets not very much love from me. Because last time I went to Verona, I made the same trip. I drove from Stuttgart to Rome, and then on my way up, I stopped in Verona back to Germany. And I only stopped in Verona for 2 days, and one of the people in my party, they were sick, and it rained the entire time. So in Verona, I saw very, very, very little. And in this trip, I will only be in Verona for 1 day. So Verona is where I'm spending the least amount of time. I'm curious, how are you there the whole summer, but you did not see the center for a concert? You and your concerts. Is it you that's going to see Beyonce? You like music, huh? Haven't been. No, for an Italian singer. Venetian. Okay. Well, that's I don't know anything about Italian culture, like pop culture. I do not know. I'm sorry. It's something that interests me, but what you find out is from this part of the world, it's very difficult to find out about things in Europe. Anytime you try to look it up, you only find tourist-based information. It's very difficult for me to, for example, to Google or to look up some of the like local culture. Anytime that I try to pull this stuff up, it just shows the tourism. It's difficult to see local culture. I was looking at go to Lake Bryas. Is that in Verona? Is that how you spell this? I copied this exactly. I'm looking this up now. Welcome, Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill dropped in and dropped out. I'm looking at this now. I think I'm finding this lake, not in Verona, but around. I don't know how to say understand. You close by. We say in the vicinity. In the vicinity, kind of close by, within anything within 1 hour driving, we call vicinity. I think I found it, and if it's the one, I like it. Yes. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know how you feel because you're a local, but as a tourist, it's difficult to find places and basically to deal with the parking, the traffic. So what I look forward to doing is parking my car and taking public transportation. So if I go, I will have to go by maybe the metro system. I'd like to go by the metro system. I do not want to drive while I'm there. I will drive to Verona, but I will park my car and then leave it there. So we'll have to see. I will have to see if that's possible. I like this. Right now, what I was looking at when you came in, I'm trying to see how far my hotel is from the canals. I guess there's a canal district, like a canal district in Milan, and I'm trying to see if it's possible for me to go to. I think they call it Navigli, Navigli district. Oh, the colors of the lake in Verona. Yeah, I'm still looking at that. I'm looking back and forth. But I'm. I'll have to see. I'll have to see if this is possible. on your Instagram. I think I followed you, did I not? I think I am on your Instagram. Let me see. Yes. Let me see. You have interesting photos. Welcome. I'm on your Instagram right now. Welcome, Jonathan. Jonathan, we're talking about Milan. Oh, Jonathan, I don't speak. I speak English, American English. But I'd be glad to talk to you about Milan. We also have a local Italian in here. Welcome. No hable español, hable inglés. Sorry, there's enough Spanish-speaking people in this part of the United States to know that phrase. Just that phrase. Holy mackerel. Are you talking about this? YouTube Espana Canal. Yesterday I was live in a live of Jonathan. Really? Oh. Did you call it Mary Vigilia? Nope, that's not it. I don't think so. Me gusta mention people. Buddy. I don't speak the language. I'm sorry. Maybe you can direct message me. You have a long Twitter or Instagram feed. You showed me a photo. I showed you a photo. I saw a photo on here that was like a lake with mountains in the background. I guess you just get to talk to yourself. I don't know what to say to you. Spanish speaking person. I did see it. I do see it. It is very pretty. Bella Jornet? What, are you talking about this? Is this what you speak of? Had a different film here. This is my city. Oh, hold on, I have to keep scrolling. I think this would be interesting to see. Adios. I know this one. Bye. I was in school. Oh my gosh. I don't know, Pepino. Is this it? I've forgotten the name now. I see all the tags. Holy crap. That is nice. That is very nice. Wow. I think you have a good title. It says no words. I think you're right. It's kind of wow. I like that a lot. That's incredible. That's really incredible. It's crazy nice. I'm jealous of this site. Yeah, maybe I will go. I have to see. You said it's outside of Verona? I only have 1 day in Verona, so if I go, it will be my 1 day in Verona. I don't know if I can do that. I will have to see. Well, I don't know. I am traveling with 4 other people, or 3 other people. I'll get it right eventually. 3 people. So I don't know if that's possible, but it's so pretty. That is nice. This guy that speaks Spanish, what is he talking about? Espana Canal. I looked this up, and I think he is trying to get me to watch a TV show. It says Canal Espana TV. Maybe he wants me to watch his TV show. I don't know what he's talking about. Like O'Brien. This is cool. This has been one of the least in chats. I have my beautiful view in school. I don't have such a beautiful view around my school, although my school is nice. I did a scope. I scoped my school. It was one of the first ones on my catch page. The campus is very nice, but the city around my campus is not so nice. The sea, oh, I wish. I've been looking at some of these coastal cities in Italy, and they're so nice. Wish I could go. I remember you telling me. I saw that on the replay. I always watch my replay because sometimes, you know, maybe you say something you don't need. I will delete the photo or the video. Yeah, I'm still looking. It's very nice, this Elba Island. But I question, on this island, is there a jail or a prison? Because there's like a building. It looks like a fort. It has walls around it. What is this? Maybe a castle at one point? I don't know anything about Elba Island. Elba Island. I see... I do not know if you can see from my computer. This. What is this? This is Elba Island. Is that a castle or prison? You see the wall and the wall? This looks like a fort. What is this? This Elba Island. I don't remember. Oh. Maybe one day I will find out. If I find out, I will tell you. It's very pretty. Many Americans, they like Italy along the coast. Along the coast. They like all of the, you know, you got the water, then you got the rocks, and you just have all of the town. A lot of Americans like this a lot. This is a favorite place for us to go. I've been looking at different cities that I can go on the coast. Maybe I don't know the history. I did not read. I've been looking also, you know, at Verona quite a bit. I've been looking at a lot of this. Verona, I think, is also very pretty. It came up in one of my scopes. Yes. Sure. Maybe they are, but I think when I think about castles, I don't think about Italy. I think about Germany. Because when you are in Germany, every 10, 12 miles is a castle. A very big castle. And a lot of because they're so new, they're so recent, they still have like their gardens and all of these things they still keep them up. So it's very nice. We have a little castle. Where I live, we have no castles. The United States is too young. I think in the world, America is the baby. We are still the baby. Only a couple hundred years. So no castle. Little baby castle in the center. It'd be nice to have a baby castle in the center. I think everyone thinks this way. The only people that do not think that way is Americans. Americans are so proud. America's so happy. But actually we are very young. Very young. It's okay. I want to go to Elba just because maybe you suggest, and because it is in Tuscany. I like that old history. It's unique. It's very unique. I like it a lot. Even though some of Italy is changing with the times, I don't eat McDonald's, but I saw a McDonald's while I was there, and what they did, they kept this building, they kept this structure, and the building looked very, very old. But on the inside, they just take the inside out and they put McDonald's in. And so what they did is they didn't change the look of the building. They didn't change the look of the neighborhood. And that's a good thing for us. I like that. Because in America, what we would do is if we want to put a McDonald's in, we will tear the building down. We will get rid of the building. And then we will put new building McDonald's. So I kind of like how in Italy, I see this a lot. I've seen it all over the place. They will not change the look of the neighborhood. They will not change the look of the street. They will not change the look of the authentic Italian culture. They will just put inside of the building. So they don't change the feel of the city. I like it better. I like it better that way, the way the Italians do it. The Americans, what is the purpose of this? We just tear down, put up, tear down, put up, and just... It's not meant to stay. I have a question. You are local. I have an important question. I've met 4 Italians in the past week, and you're one of them. I wanted to ask, what food can I try? You see the problem? It's not a problem, but when I get there, I don't speak Italian, so the list is just by name. This with this. Oh, not pizza. We have pizza in the United States. And I already eat pizza. I eat good Roman pizza. But I don't know what to... The list is so long, but I want to try new things. I want to try something we do not have in the United States. But I don't want to try something crazy. Welcome. I'm chatting with someone I met last week, Azar. But if you have questions or comments, if you want to say something about Milan, Italy, feel free to jump in. For the 2 that just joined, you can jump in the chat, although right now I'm just talking about food, but we can still talk about Milan, Italy. Right, but so I've tried I agree that Italian pizza is better than American pizza. It's the best pizza I've ever had. But I've found what I think are authentic pizza places in Rome, because my hotel is in a neighborhood. Maybe you can send me a picture. You know, on Instagram, you can direct message me. You can make a picture and just send it straight to me. Maybe you can send me a picture, and you can send the Italian name. That's okay. But I want to try new things, but I don't know what to try. But I already found an authentic Italian place. I already found one because my hotel is in a neighborhood. It's not in the tourist district. I have to ride the metro system to the tourist district in Rome. So when I go to this very small pizza place, I am the only tourist there. I've been there twice already, and I was the only tourist there. It's all locals. It's very, very good pizza. So I've already found good pizza. I want to try different new foods, authentic Italian foods. Welcome. If you're just joining, feel free to jump in and mention anything you want about Milan, Italy. Hello from Italy. Now I have 2. Oh, I can try sweets too, but I want to try dinner foods, good foods. The one that just joined from Italy, which part of Italy are you from? I'm looking forward to trying from Rome. Perfect. We have someone else here from Italy, but she's not from Rome. Can you I usually have open chats about Rome also. Is there something you can recommend in Rome? We were just talking about different foods to try, for example. I will be scoping my trip there, but I would love to scope new foods. You know, as Americans, we don't know anything. Oh, I can talk slow. What do you think I should see? What do you think is what do Romans like? People from Rome, what do they see? If you want, that's great. I appreciate it. I'm very, very interested to know what locals like. I don't care about just tourist things. I want to know what locals like, because I want to see what the locals see. It is. I understand. The English is a difficult language, but American English, we have a lot of slang. Sometimes it's very bad. But I would love to know what it is, what locals think is a good part of Italy, or a good thing to do or see. And in this case, what to eat. It's very confusing to read an Italian food menu, because there's just so many things. I will be there in 2 weeks. 12 days. I will be there in 12 days. I will come to Rome. I'm going to Rome. Vito, we were just talking about Milan, but feel free to talk about Rome or Verona. Go to Napoli. I can't. I have family. I will go to Milan, Rome, and Verona. Maybe I can convince you to go to Rome. I will show you Rome and you say, oh my God, so beautiful. From Amsterdam. I really want to go to Napoli. I can't this trip because I am taking my in-laws. Francesca, can you ask the Vito? Will you ask him what is a good thing to see in Rome? I've heard the same thing. Many people say this, but I haven't had a chance to see this yet. Maybe next trip I will get a chance to go to Naples, but this trip I have guests. I am showing, we are going to show them what I know. So I don't want to take them somewhere new. Thank you, Francesca. But I will go. I will go in less than 2 weeks. In 12 days, I will be in Germany, and then I will drive. Yeah, I've seen, and by train, it's even quicker if you can get a good schedule on the train. I just the guests that are with me have an interest in Rome, so we will spend. I don't think we will leave Rome. However, inside of Rome, I will take suggestions and people's opinions to see things that maybe they're interested in. Auto escape. Oh no! I cannot remember if it was Vito or Aldo that was from Rome. Amsterdam is the best. I've also heard good things about. Yeah, I remembered wrong. I thought it was Vito, not Aldo. I've heard the same about Amsterdam. Being a good place to go. However, the itinerary for this trip is already set. I'm just looking for new things to see within those cities. Within those cities. I will not go to a different city, but I will see things within those cities. And actually, I will, if I go to a new city, a different city, I will probably go to Vernazza. I really want to go to Vernazza. Back down to you and I, Jessica. This guy really wants to see Amsterdam. Or Napoli. Okay, sure. The United States is it can be very different. It can be very different. It depends on what you want to see, what you are interested in. Because there is so much, from north to south and from east to west is very, very different culture. Very different culture. Think the state that I am from, Florida. Oh, sure. The state I'm from, Florida, it's about the size of Italy. Just that one state. And then we have 49 more. Oh my God, top. Right. I don't know what you're saying. Top. And then you have tears. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm looking at this Vernaza. If I go off my path, I will go to Vernaza. But I think the beautiful part is very small. Because you want to see the United States? Is that what you're saying? Or just because you want to see New York? Oh. There's a lot. If you like the if you like nature, you will definitely be able to find a lot of good nature. I know a lot of people lately in the news. We have seen Yosemite. Yosemite is in the western United States. A lot of people are talking good about Yosemite. It's just it's a popular national park with tourists and U.S. citizens. I'm going to jump off for a little bit and take a little break, and then I'm going to jump back in with Rome in the title. I'll do open chats all day today, but I think people will pick if they want to see or not see, depend on the title. So I will take Milan out and I will put Rome in. I will be back in a little bit. It's very expensive to live here. It depends on where you live, but it can be very, very expensive. And the difference is, in our cities are not close. People are not close together. In America, everything is spread out. So you cannot rely on the public transportation. You have to drive yourself. Almost everyone here owns their own car. Hello, Susan. Bye, Susan. Okay, so Francesca dropped out. I don't know if it's connection issues or if she heard my goodbye. She's back. I'm going to... Francesca, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to cut this one off, and then I'm going to regroup, grab a bite to eat, and then I will jump back in with Rome. We'll have an open chat about Rome. Hi. No, it's okay. Francesca, if you can translate what it means, I will attempt to say it. Francesca, it's okay. I actually tutor ESL. So I'm very patient with English. So usually I tutor Asian students, but I've had a conversation partner from France before. So I'm very patient with English. Also, remember, it's in my profile. I am a teacher. So I'm very patient with these things. It's okay. But I'm going to jump off this one because I think people maybe are not liking Milan. And in a little bit, I'll come back with Rome. So maybe I will see you in a little bit. If I don't see you a little bit later, then bye for now. But thank you for joining. It's good to talk with you. I will try. Yeah, that's no problem. If we're slow like this, it is much easier to correct you than it is for if the chat gets busy. But thank you for translating for me earlier. Too bad he left, but I appreciate you trying for me. And don't forget Instagram. Send me photos of food I should try. And then maybe you can just put the Italian name. I will translate it. Because I want to know what to look for in the menu. So you put the Italian name, I know what to look for in the menu. But I appreciate it. Maybe I will talk to you later. If not, I'll see you on Instagram or on Twitter. But we'll see you later. For those who may be watching the replay view just for the chat itself, I think you might be slightly bored to sit here for this long with just me and one other person talking. But thank you for watching it to the end. And as promised, I will plug my information here right at the end. I will continue with these chats I'm trying to catch different time zones. It's 1 p.m. Central Standard Time in the United States, which makes it about 8 p.m. where I'm going. So I'm going to continue doing these chats at different times of day because I want to attract different people from different crowds. So I have these chats often, each time with just the name of a city that I'm going to and the title. You can catch me on Twitter or Instagram. I check both of those often and frequently. If you want to know the overview of my trip, go to my Catch page. That's Catch with a K. And that will have all my past, say, 20 videos. And there's an overview. There's an overview video in there. It's about 30 minutes long. It tells you everything you need to know about my Europe trip. So, this is just the goodbye to the replay viewers, and goodbye to you, Jessica. Thank you for sticking around. I'm going to plug my information for the replay viewers, and I'll end on that. But thank you guys for watching, and I will join you a little bit later. We'll chat about Rome. So, we'll see you a little bit later, and bye for now.